lovely Simmers, SimsEclaire here and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are doing something a little different for my channel. I have never done one of these before, on or off camera actually, but my friend Aliya, her channel name is Libby Builds. I will link it in the description and I will link it somewhere on the screen. She just reached 300 subscribers not that long ago and she did this shell challenge to celebrate 300 subscribers and I was really excited about it and I was really excited to try it. So thank you Aliya for hosting this shell challenge. Now when I first saw the shape of it, all the different towers and everything definitely screamed Victorian style, and because we're doing a whole bunch of modern builds for my save file, I thought a nice break would be to throw in this Victorian mix. So I'm super excited about this. Now it is a little bit of an odd home, I will say. I'm super proud of the outside, and I was actually messaging her on Twitter about this. We were talking about it the other day. I'm super proud of the outside. It's super pink, it's super bright, it's super Victorian, but the inside of the home is really shaped weirdly, and it took me so long to figure out a floor plan, which is why I cut it out of the video. And it also has like this super weird kitchen in it, and I apologize in advance. I have no idea if it even works. It's not as cluttered as usual because I was trying so hard to make sure that it would work, but I have no idea if it does. I'm pretty sure that the adult bedroom doesn't work, so I'm just apologizing in advance if anything goes wrong when you download this home. Make sure BB Move Objects is on. I mean, you should have it on for all of my builds, but especially this one, just make sure. But basically, like I said, I definitely was inspired by the Victorian theme. So we have a couple of different large windows, like decorative windows going in here, and I'm placing the Realm of Magic door. I initially was going to go for a base game one because one of the things about her shell challenge is that it did have a pack limitation on it. It was still quite a few packs, but I did go through and I ticked off all of the ones that I could use. And I was going to do base game because I thought I liked the decorativeness of the door, but one of the packs we could use was Realm of Magic, and I wanted to make sure I could get into that Victorian feature of curved windows and curved doors and stuff like that, because that was a big thing in Victorian culture and Victorian era housing. So I decided to use the Realm of Magic ones instead because they do have those curved roofs or those curved windows and stuff, and I think that it looks really nice. The glass kind of opens everything up and makes everything look a little less cramped on the inside than it did normally. Now we're going for a simple siding here on the side of the house. Like I said, it is pink, and I'm also going to mix in some Jungle Adventure tiles. I did this in my last build because a lot of Victorian style homes have decorative finishes on them, and it's just things that we don't have here in the game. I'm sure that someone who is a better builder than I am knows how to create them in the game, but I do not. So I've been kind of cheating by using these Jungle Adventure tiles and placing them on the roof, and then that way the actual wall color itself doesn't show. It's just the half of the wall that has the tiles, and I think it just kind of breaks up the monogamy, or monogamy? Yeah, I think that's the right word, of the siding on the home. Now back here, she did this sneaky little thing, and I'm sure you can see that the house actually like overhangs. So there isn't a second part of this tower here. This is like completely empty, and I'm not allowed to touch her walls, and the rules specifically said that you could add half walls and fencing, but it did not say you could add walls, which is why I didn't add any rooms or anything. And obviously I think that would make sense that you couldn't do that because it's a shell challenge. You want to keep the shell the same. So what I did was I created a little greenhouse using fences and windows. So it's completely open. You can see I'm adding walls just to place the windows, but I do delete them. But it's completely open. It's just a fence and then windows to close it off, and then I put plants in there. So it kind of matches the ones on the front of the house, but without having any walls in there. So I thought that was kind of a cool idea to make that space make sense in terms of this build and all of this stuff, because I was definitely struggling with what I was going to put back there, because initially you saw I was going to like prolong the back patio, but then it definitely wasn't really working as well. It didn't really look as nice as I had initially thought it would. So I'm really happy that I came up with that idea, and I hope that's not cheating. Aliya, if you watch this video, let me know if it's cheating and I'll fix it. But I think that it's okay because it was just fences. And now we're moving on to the landscaping. So I am currently just placing a couple of random plants around. I decided not to use debug plants for this build because I'm not 100% sure what plants in debug are a part of what packs. And I've heard that not all of the ones in debug are labeled properly, so I didn't want to risk the chance of having a plant that was a part of a different pack and then not being able to complete the challenge. And then over here again, I'm finessing this back area. I thought I needed a little bit of decoration, so I added the spandrel and just to kind of fill in the space and make it look as decorative as the front of the house looked. And I'm adding some windows back here as well, and I also added a back patio. Now, it didn't say in the rules that we couldn't add a back patio, it just said you can add fences and half walls. But it didn't say we couldn't add patios, so I'm going with it's okay. Again, let me know if that's technically breaking the rules. I don't even think I put a fence or a wall on this back patio. I think I just leave it blank. I might put a fence, but I know I put a fence around the perimeter of the home. Sorry, I can't talk today. I know I put a fence around the perimeter of the home, that way just to kind of space out the backyard a little bit, because I thought it looked a little weird not having the backyard spaced out. And if I seem a little spacey, I do apologize. I just finished up a stream. I had to stop my streaming early so I could take my dog out, but I just finished up, so I've already been talking for about 2 hours, so I'm a little spacey, I'm a little tired, and I'm also currently watching the Grammys. I have it on mute behind my computer screen so I can see what's going on and wait for my favorite artist to come on. I'm pretty sure it's going to end up that she's closing the Grammys, so I don't know why I'm so super worried about it, but I'm trying to keep an eye out just to make sure that I don't miss that performance. Let me know in the comments down below if you can guess who I'm excited to watch tonight on the Grammys. Obviously, though, this video is going up like a week after literally exactly a week after the Grammys, so you might already know by the time this video comes out because I might have already posted about it on Twitter, but maybe I'll try not to post about it on Twitter so that way it's still a guessing game. And then in here, this is what I was talking about the kitchen. So the only place that made sense for this kitchen was this little alcove here, because I definitely could not fit a living room over here. So I had to fit the kitchen. And I've done this trick before in one of my Victorian style homes where I kind of mess up, like I mix and match and turn the counters around so that way they like glitch into each other basically. And then I'm using different cabinets to fill in the space. That one corner cabinet, I've never been able to figure out exactly what its purpose is. I usually hang it off the wall and then like delete the wall and replace it so that way I can put it where I want it to, but finally I got it to work the way it's supposed to. But the kitchen, I doubt, is functional. There is one counter that I know is definitely usable, which is the one next to the stove, or the next to the refrigerator, and I know that you can reach the refrigerator, and I think you can reach the stove, but I do not think you can reach the sink. I do not think the sink will be functional for you, so I do apologize about that. But then over here is the living room, and like I said earlier, I apologize for like the lack of clutter. I couldn't think about, like, I didn't want to make the house not functional because there's all these, like, curved walls and, like, weird angles, and sometimes if, like, a wall is inside of a space, your sim can't walk through it. So I was trying to leave enough spaces between those curved walls and the furniture so your sim could still walk around, and it kind of just turned into this. But I think it's really cute. It's kind of minimal, but then again, style back then, like, in the Victorian era was minimal. They didn't have... You know, a lot of people didn't have a lot of money back then, so they spent all their money on, like, decorative furnishing pieces, but then they didn't have, you know, like, a whole lot of clutter, not a whole lot of different items, so I think that it kind of matches with the style that I was going for this build anyway. And then we're about to go into the downstairs bathroom. So both bathrooms are also in those little tower sections that we put, like, the kitchen in, and I'm pretty sure they're both functional. The only thing I question is upstairs is the shower, because of where I placed the shower. I'm not 100% sure. I think it is, but I'll play test this before I put it in the gallery, and if it's super off, then obviously I will try and fix some things. But down here, I thought it'd be a little awkward if right by the front of the house you just had all these open windows with a toilet. So I did decide to cover everything with curtains. Now obviously that kind of made everything a little dark, so I had to place a brighter light in here. But downstairs is a half bath. It is a sink, a toilet, and a mirror. And then I did get a little decorative shelf just to make sure it didn't look too bare. And then over here in this little corner is a seating area. That way, if you have more than just the 2 Sims that can live in this home, then you have some more seating places for them. And then in here, we are moving into the office. So I didn't really think about the Sims that would be living here because, like I said, I didn't even know if this house was going to be functional. But I did think that one of them probably worked from home. They don't have a computer or a TV. They just have this office that has some books in it. And I think I might have given a journal, like one of the kids' journals. And I also gave them the Mystic Ball and then the Palm Hand from the new Paranormal Stuff Pack. So maybe... I mean, this is a Victorian style home, and that kind of fits with the theme of that pack, so maybe this is a fortune teller or a medium, and it's them and their child, and they live in this old Victorian home from way back when, and they have it, and they haven't really like done anything with it. They've just been keeping it nice because I think that it might be haunted, and they're trying to keep it nice for the ghosts, but they're trying to make sure no one else lives in here because they know that the ghosts would be mean to anybody else. So that was kind of like where the story ended up going, but it definitely was not fully fledged out when I started doing this build. But this here is the bedroom that I don't think is functional. So I wanted to put a double bed in here so you could differentiate between the kids' room and the adult room. And I tried some different ways to get it to expand so that way it could be functional, but I just couldn't figure out the best way to do it. So basically, I put the bed against this left wall, and I merge it into the wall, so that way it doesn't cover up that whole tile. There's still a half a tile, because I'm pretty sure you only need half a tile for your Sims to walk through. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure you do. If you need more than half a tile, then that one side of the bed on the side of the door is functional. Your Sim can sit on that side of the bed. They just can't go and walk around the other side of the bed. So that's why I keep saying this is probably just a family of 2, 1 adult and 1 child Sim, or 1 adult and 1 teenager Sim. Now, if the bed is functional completely, then I would love it to have like a whole family in here, 1 kid and 2 adults. But I'm not 100% sure. And then this is the shower that I wasn't sure was functional, because it ends up that the side where your Sim walks into the shower is like the same square that's shared by the door. And I wasn't sure if your Sim would be able to get into the shower. Now, obviously, once they step into the bathroom, the door closes. So in theory, they should be able to, but I'm not 100% sure in gameplay mechanics how that works. And then back here on the patio, it is a real simple outdoor table, so they have somewhere to eat, and a grill, and then a couple of seating spots near a fountain and some landscaping. But besides that, that is it for this build, so I hope you all enjoyed this one. If you did, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all next time. Bye!